It's time to cut the potatoes. Now, we put our potatoes in hay in a tote over the winter, and when it's time in the spring to plant, the little ones that we don't eat grow their eyes. And it's best to cut the potatoes away from the eyes in chunks, and I will show you that after I've cut a few so you can see. And then there's these tendrils that have grown, and we'll see how many we get to plant. Okay, so I have separated my potatoes from my hay, and you can see that there's a big pile here and lots of tendrils to make little potatoes. And this one red dot is a little red potato already starting to form. Okay, so I have some potatoes here that have their eyes, some on either side here. And if you don't have a lot of potatoes to plant, but you have potatoes with these multiple eye pieces, then you can cut them so that you'll have more chance of getting more potatoes. So I just cut a piece. You know, I could have just cut that in half. I could cut these. There's one, a big cluster right here and a little one right there that's separated. So I'm going to cut that like that. If I wanted to, I could cut right down the middle of those too. That's a pretty big cluster there. So I've cut that in half. Now I'm going to let these dry out for a few days before I plant them so that they don't just rot. They'll actually try to grow more, so that then they, you know, start putting out runners, and then the runners will get little buds on them, little eyes on them, and they'll make more potatoes. One thing I wanted to say was that if you don't have any potatoes like this where you've grown them and you have some eyes, or you don't want to get a big bag, or you know, you're just in the grocery store and you see some organic potatoes in a bag even, or a certain kind of potato that you really like, you could buy that and put them in a dark place and let them sprout some eyes. Now, your eyes don't even have to be this big. They can be, you know, a little eye when you get your potatoes out and you're like, oh, this thing's growing eyes. Well, that's what these are. That's what makes more potatoes. So, yeah, you can just start you some potatoes from some that you had in the pantry. Ooh, that one's nice and tough. It could probably even still be eaten, but I'm gonna let these dry out, like I said, for a few days, and then they'll be ready to plant. So I just wanted to show you that I have some already. I have some cut up now, and I actually left quite a few not cut because all of these others have single eye that has just grown. And I also wanted to show you that I have two different kinds here, and how you can tell which ones are which. So like this one is a type of a white potato. Actually, I can't remember what kind they are. I think that they're Yukon Gold. And the tendrils and everything are kind of white. But like the one that has the little baby red potato on it, the tendrils are kind of red. So even though we've put them together into the tote to eat on, I can still tell which ones are which. These are red. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I will try to answer anything I might have missed for you.